live? We are live. What is going on? Episode 3 of the Gentlemen of Crypto. Is this Facebook one looking good? There we go.
Yeah, make sure everything's straight.
Nice. Gotta get a head start. There we go. Oh, and of course, I would accidentally play some music in the background.
Early today.
It's early. All right, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
Where we just give you some updates about what's going on in the market, how to make some money, how not to lose as much money. You know how it is. All right, get right into it.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about some of these things yesterday, but we have to hit on them again today because the news cycle is crazy, and we told you already, if you hear it in the news, you're probably too late anyway, and today is a great case example. Let's see. The biggest story I saw, of course, was that prices were tumbling. You know, they dropped a lot of things. Bitcoin, altcoins dropped down 25% because of the China rumor of banning exchanges in China, which turned out to not be true from what we're hearing.
Nope.
But we said it yesterday. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They throw things out and they buy it when the price drops.
Yeah, I mean, really, China? Like, come on, man. This is, but most people should be saying that to themselves because they've basically the last couple of days showed you that we can put out fake news and people will sell it.
And we're going to make money on it.
We're going to make money on it, yeah.
And the craziest thing, though, and this was really killing the market, it's not the news from China. It's not even the news from U.S. Mm-hmm. It's weak hands and new traders. It's all these people who are brand new to trading crypto or buying crypto and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the slightest dip, that 25% dip, they're pulling their money out. And this is one of the things we already said before of why traditional traders and traditional stock markets and regulators don't understand the market. Dropping 25% is not a news story. It's not newsworthy. It happens every day. Mm-hmm. Like, trust me, or at least, I won't say every day. It happens like twice a week, though. That's to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, and in Bitcoin, the Bitcoin world, most of the people who use it, they're not actually looking at the day-to-day price. They make, oh, man, what's going on? But traders those are the ones just throwing it away. I mean, I don't see the point, but unless you bought, somewhere around like, 2,800 or so, and right now you're trying to like just get out of it quick, I don't see why people are selling. But like I said, that's China for you. And they...
And well, not only that, it's one of those things too where, for one, have people made a lot of money in a short amount of time? Yes, but that shouldn't be your investing or trading plan or anything.
Yeah.
A, and then B, you should only be using discretionary income in crypto. So if you're only using, a small portion of your, total amount you make monthly, wherever you're only allocating a small portion of that percentage to it, then you shouldn't even be looking at it or worrying about it long term. If the price drops. If it's the $300 you were going to spend going wherever, spending it out drinking or whatever, then so what? Let it go down to zero. Don't take the money out because it's probably not going to go down to zero. So
yeah. Risk reward is very positive for most coins. It's like, well, I lose a few hundred, or I can do times 100 and change my whole life. So yeah, just gotta stay mindful of that and don't fall victim to China FUD. And you should be all good.
We got a lot of things we're gonna hit quick. The next big one I saw was the Equifax ransomware hacking and WannaCry. And of course, that happened back in May and June, although you're all just finding out about it right now in the news. So basically, Equifax was hacked. The ransomware and WannaCry hack thing that's been happening since May. May was like its biggest month. They hit over, I think, 250,000 different businesses and stuff internationally. It was crazy. I know about that, as well. Everybody experienced it who was in the market for the most part at that time, big and small. So Equifax got hit. They got hit. Key things to notice, they said a few days before, like 3 investors sold about $17.8 million in shares. Yeah. So we need to find out who they are, like ASAP.
It's definitely illegal.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
It's something going to, yeah. If you sell majority of your shares 2 or 3 days before the biggest hack in like America happens, then we have an issue. But so that happened, and go ahead.
I was gonna say, it brings up the issue of centralized.
I had it down. We haven't even talked yet. I had that down as a note.
Yeah.
If that's the beauty of blockchain, crypto, and all this other stuff, if it was decentralized, that hack could not happen the same way it did.
It couldn't.
But important thing to note is 143 million accounts were compromised between May and June. 143 million. How many people are in the U.S.?
That's half.
That's half the population. So
half
the population of the United States of America accounts were hacked. I mean, it's that simple. identity guard people. Like I said, we went through the ransomware WannaCry 2 back in May. Unfortunately, it's one of those licks that a lot of new people are coming in. They haven't experienced it, and I hope they don't experience it. But if they do experience it, I hope they experience it early so they can recover from it. But yeah, I mean, I'll say identity guard because after we experienced it, we got two things. We had a cybersecurity expert, which if you're in any type of business right now, or you're trading crypto or Bitcoin, anything, you need to have a cybersecurity expert. Are they expensive? Yes. Are they worth it? Hell yes. Trust me, they are worth it. But we got a cybersecurity expert in, and then I personally got identity guard, which is basically like LifeLock. I like their program a little bit better, but they monitor everything 24/7. I mean, when I get parking tickets here in LA, like literally within 30 minutes to an hour, I'll get an email from my identity guard saying that for whatever reason, some type of my information pinged on internet. They monitor all internet stuff. They monitor anything that has to do with your social security number, and they monitor the dark web and deep web. For those who don't know what it is, Google it. We're not gonna go in detail, but basically, it's where all the hackers get together to find ways to hack you. Yeah, hey, appreciate it, King Triss, sir. Thanks for tuning in again, my man.
Yeah, now you got to think, for those people who think when they hear about blockchain or Bitcoin and they say decentralization, how can you trust everybody? Well, how can you trust one business to hold everybody's information? That's what centralization is. You're trusting just them to watch 140 million people's accounts.
That makes no sense.
That makes no sense.
Do you all understand that?
Numbers?
Yeah, one company had and that's not mean they got it compromised. It's probably more than that. But let's just say that's all they had. One company has 143 million social security numbers. That is ridiculous. That is the point of blockchain technology. That is why we're trying to push more people into crypto. Like crypto, if this were to happen, maybe they would have 10,000 accounts at tops because everything's located in different areas. So
and they wouldn't have been able to do anything with it because it would have been probably encrypted, like with Civic Key or something. And also, if you hack the blockchain or hack someone's coins, instantly. I mean, the second something's hacked in the blockchain world, I mean, it's on Twitter, it's on the news, it's on Cointelegraph.
Right, it's people watching it 24/7. It's open source.
And people can just sell off and be like, okay, well, yeah. But these dudes, they sold their share stocks and knew it was gonna crash, and then that's got to be criminal. Whoever those three guys are, gotta get them out of here.
And one thing I want to add on while we're on this now, the reason why the Equifax hack is important to note is because we went through, other people went through, all these businesses that just got hit in May and June. The issue is all these people who don't want to agree and go along with blockchain technology and cryptos and all that, they're staying on these old legacy models. They have legacy computer hardware, software. They don't want to change. They're slow to, like any big organization, they're slow to move, and they're paying the price. HBO just paid the price. They're like all these TV shows and movies got Game of Thrones and stuff. So these are all old businesses and organizations that don't want to adapt. I'm talking to you, banks as well, government as well.
Bureaucrats are the slowest.
Yeah, and I won't go into detail with it because we talked about it yesterday, but I think you said something yesterday after we got done with the live stuff. It's basically, it doesn't matter the U.S. or China, whoever bans it or adopts it. There are countries that are saying, hands off. We're going to let whatever happens in the market happen. Mm-hmm. What's the word for that? Back in the day, everybody learned in college. I can't think of it. It's a French word. It's a French word.
Laissez-faire?
Yeah, laissez-faire. They had the laissez-faire approach. So, yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah, that's how it should be, but, yeah. And then some flip-flop as well. Because Russia, last year, they were talking about throwing people in jail for digital currency, and now they're trying to regulate it as a security. So, these they know what they're doing.
So the last thing I'll say about Equifax, the reason why it is important to you and that hack in general and the ransomware and WannaCry hacks, basically the way, and we're actually doing an article on this coming up, but our cybersecurity expert, the way he explained it to us as far as hackers go, he was like, at this point, there's so many people that have no security really that, even if you have a little bit, they won't go after you. So what we mean by that is, let's say you trade Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you have a wallet, whatever you have where your money's at. If it doesn't take you at least 5 to 10 minutes to access your own accounts and money, your security is off. Trust me. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that's a pain, but it's worth an end. But literally, when we log on to different trading accounts and do all that stuff, it will take us 5 or 10 minutes to load everything up because there's so many password verification things we have to go through. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing: for a hacker, every layer you add, that's another layer for a hacker to have to buy the exploits. A lot of people don't know. when you talk about hacking, Google Chrome or Apple or iPhones and MacBooks, all those exploits that they sell on the dark web and dark web, wherever, they cost a certain amount of money. Yeah. So like a Google hack on a Google Chrome browser, if I remember, my cybersecurity was telling me that might cost upwards like $300,000. So for it to cost that much, they don't want to spend that amount of money on a small fries like us, and mistakenly get it wrong and get exposed. They will use that money on Equifax.
Yeah. So now, they can sell identities on the dark web right now.
Right, which they probably are.
Already probably have.
I
wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing panic in the financial industry because a bunch of people are saying, I didn't buy that. Their customer service is about to be overwhelmed. Right. I think in the next few months.
Oh yeah. But that's the thing, you don't have a choice now. They already have your information. But yeah, so that's the thing. When it comes to crypto security in general, when it comes to any security, when it comes to your money or personal identification, it should literally take you at least 5 to 10 minutes to log on everything. If it's not taking you 5 minutes to get to your wallet or your trading portfolio, whether you're on Bittrex, Polo, Coin, if it's not taking you 5 or 10 minutes, then you're doing something wrong. Let's see next, real quick. No capital gains tax on small purchases. That legislation is going through right now in the U.S. Congress. Not that I won't even say it. I would say not that most of the world cares, because we already stated, the fact that they're trying to regulate this is pretty funny.
But the people who are in their minds scared that something might happen, this will introduce millions of people, because if they say, well, less than 600, no taxes. Oh yeah, sure. I'll buy some.
Yeah. So they're trying. I will give it to the government right now. That is a step in the right direction. They're trying to make it so that you can use Bitcoin to purchase stuff and not have to worry about the fear of tax for the small scale. Mm-hmm. However, it's still pretty funny that they're trying to tax it regardless.
Yeah, because taxes are personal. That's on you. So if they tell you you're supposed to pay tax, there's plenty of people that haven't paid U.S. dollar tax. So you say it in cryptocurrency. There's people in Berlin and Australia, and they're looking like, what? Oh, y'all got to pay tax over there.
Right, we're just gonna move.
What? Yeah, which is
but you know what? Big shout out to Congressman Jared Polis though for introducing that. There was another one who did it with him, but that was the main person on it. Mm-hmm. In addition to that shout out, I will also say that kudos, because this is the way, you can't go in there asking for no tax. I get it. So right now they might say 600. Give it a year or two. They might say, well, hey, 600 is pretty low. Let's give it 5,000 and stuff. Hey, thanks for joining. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll do it like that. Smelly fish. Thanks for watching. In the comment.
Yeah.
So they're doing it one at a time. So that's a good thing. Oh, big story right here though. Mm-hmm. Huge story. Japan's internet giant GMO is launching a Bitcoin mining business to corner 6% of the market by next year. By 2018, they're trying to corner 6% of the mining market. They're spending $32 million of an investment to do it. That's about 10% of their assets right now. What does that mean to you? For one, it's what we already said before. I think we said weeks ago. It's too late to mine Bitcoin. I'm sorry. Like if you're looking at mining, you should be looking at very small cap coins. You should look at the coins that have no chance of survival, because that's the only thing you're going to be able to mine. Because now you got governments and big businesses in it.
Like if you want to mine Bitcoin, you need about 10 million in a year
at
just
least
to have a small operation.
Right, a small one.
Because
mining Bitcoin is over.
And as far as mining other coins, it's fine. You can mine other coins and make profit from that. But these businesses that are mining Bitcoin on a large scale is big, because that means that they are dependent on the fact that Bitcoin is going to increase in the future, and the money they put into it. You got to think, these people are not putting in millions of dollars to lose it.
And that was my next thing.
Even if they got to do some undercover dirty shit to keep their profit flow coming, they'll figure it out. But I'm pretty sure if you start seeing, $30 million mining operations in 2017, you're like, yeah, they still think it's profitable. And we
were actually talking to people about mining last year with that. And Bitcoin in general, people were like, well, you think Bitcoin's a bubble or that? But like, there are literally corporate giants and governments investing in it. Just because they're telling you not to doesn't mean that it's not like, that's the name of the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's too much money in Bitcoin as a business market for it. Yeah, it's not going
nowhere. If it was going to disappear, it would have been gone.
Yeah, it would have been gone already. But so, that's interesting to me that, a company's coming out the blue doing that. Mm-hmm. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if they corner at 6%.
That's it. What's the process?
Okay. Yeah. So the simplistic version of mining, and that's what I was going to go to anyway. So think about like mining gold. That's why they call Bitcoin digital gold. If you were to mine gold, and I'll make this short, but I'll take it from the beginning. When people start finding gold, those guys like me and him jump like, hey, let's go move out west. let's go mine some gold or whatever. You know, first it's just one or two guys, and if you're lucky, you get in there early enough, you can expand your operation. But then what happened with gold? Governments and big organizations is like, wait, you making money doing what? They come in, they mine the gold, and they regulate it.
And they confiscate it.
So it's the same thing with Bitcoin. It's basically that you know, you have to use your computer to do computer algorithms. You have to solve them, and that's how you get the Bitcoin. But every time you solve one, they get exponentially harder, and to the point where one computer won't do it. One computer won't do it. There's not enough computing power in it. So now you have to have multiple computers and multiple servers, which costs tons of money, and then you have to pay for the energy and electricity costs. And right now, the only people who can do that is, like I said, large scale organizations or government.
Yeah, and those two questions. One was the price of Bitcoin in the future. I'm not sure where the price will go. As far as holding it, yes, you should be thinking about holding it. I'm thinking about holding it for grandkids. Like, I want it to be like legacy, old school Bitcoin. But as far as the price point, the two things I go off of is, one, if 5% of people who use gold move their assets to Bitcoin, the price will be $25,000. And also, if Bitcoin grows at the same pace that it's grown over the last 8 years, it'll be $100,000 per coin in 2020. So take that with a grain of salt and do with it what you want.
Right. We're not professional.
Yeah,
I'm not professional advisors or nothing.
But I will say, just percentage-wise, the shift, we're seeing the biggest shift of money in the history of the world.
30 billion off the U.S. stock market.
Yeah, absolutely.
And down here, someone, Smelly Fish was asking, are they doing it to gain coins? Yes, that is why people mine. That is the only reason, is to gain more Bitcoin. Because, like I said, it's becoming exponentially harder to mine. And then now that it's becoming a bit more mainstream, it's going to be even harder to get a Bitcoin. Like, you know, when we were buying Bitcoins, they were relatively cheap. Now it's literally $5,000 for a Bitcoin, or it was, you know, last weekend. So
yeah, and some of these people are scared to buy it, but Bitcoin's divisible. I need to get that T-shirt. Bitcoin is divisible. So yeah.
So here's a good one. I know you want to talk about.
Yeah.
IOTA. IOTA price did take a little drop. Now let's not get crazy. Here's the thing about IOTA. Everybody's talking about IOTA and their price cut that happened the other day. Everybody's talking about IOTA and their price cut. But here's the thing. Even though IOTA price dropped yesterday, it is still up 16% on the month. Once again, people, you got to look at, and then really you got to look at it from its inception, from its ICO.
Yeah.
But anyway, so IOTA's price dropped though because some researchers from Boston University and MIT, they basically released a report which they found vulnerabilities in the IOTA, basically in their coding or whatever.
The curl hash.
Yeah, he's technical. He knows
they came up with their own hash algorithm called curl. It's SHA-3, and they found vulnerabilities in it, which technically will, because you have your same name and password, things of that nature. Somebody can look over your shoulder, take information. Small security vulnerabilities. Good work by them, because like we said yesterday in the crypto space, you have to call out when you see stuff. That keeps everybody honest, keeps innovation going. Unfortunately, about 2 paragraphs in, if you read it, they admit that they already fixed it.
Right.
But they just wanted to show you that they found a vulnerability, which, like I said, is good, because now they found it. They patched it already a month ago, I believe. That means that it's probably going to be stronger than ever, because every coin that's come out has had an article saying why Monero will fail, why Zcash doesn't work, why Bitcoin doesn't scale.
And that's what I was going to go with that. So it was a woman who wrote the article. I'm assuming she's one of the researchers, because she did have the in-depth knowledge. I believe she was. But for one, and I get it. She made the point that so she made the point that it's a $1 billion market. You know, it's brand new. It's a $1 billion market, and we found a security hack that somebody could have exploited and stole the money. That's true. But here's the thing. For one, I feel like people don't look at crypto in a positive sense from the beginning. People look at it saying, well, it has to fail. Why would you want it to fail? The use case is there. We just talked about Equifax, that the use case, the blockchain technology, Bitcoin, different cryptos are there. So why would you want it to fail, which is crazy?
Yeah.
And then two is, you know, like you said, it happens often, and at least we can find it and correct it. With Equifax, we're just finding out about their hack like 3 months later. Yeah. With this, they found it and Johnny on the spot fixed it. That is the beauty of having this worldwide, ecosystem where we all work together.
Yeah. And let's see, if you sell any crypto, you have to report it in your tax returns. Technically, yes. If you sell your Bitcoin for cash, yes. If you sell your Bitcoin for something else, I mean, a gift card, or for something else you barter for, no, technically no. But for cash into your bank account, yes. And we will be showing around the tax season, Bitcoin.tax, how to go through, export your documents if you want to pay taxes, and
well,
like I said, it's always a choice.
The thing about too is something about, and I gotta check this out. Something about gift giving too. Like technically, you're allowed to give like $14,000 as a gift to multiple people. So I don't know. It's all types of people. It's loopholes everywhere. You just gotta be in the know and have the right legal team.
Yeah. They feel more comfortable with the old system.
So, So they just said basically, I didn't catch who said it, but they said people are generally scared of something new and they feel comfortable in the old system. And that is true, but here's the crazy thing. Everyone, the old system, banking, government, like the financial system, everything is jacked up, okay? Like that's
trash.
It's trash. And I saw, there was either like it was either an article I read yesterday or a podcast. But basically, people are just saying that, especially the teenagers right now, they're not messing with banks. This is it. So
they don't care about you. And I've always said the younger kids that are coming up, every kid I've kind of talked to about Bitcoin is excited almost instantly, and they get it because they've had a phone in their face, taking pictures of them as a baby since since they were old enough to hold a phone. So they're used to it, and you got a bunch of cocky 20-year-olds walking around. talking
Lambos,
talking junk to bankers. I'm telling you, give it 5 or 10 years, and you're gonna be like, who are these 21-year-olds who are out here rich, driving around saying we don't mess with banks, we don't like banks. So I mean, it's only a matter of time, but that's pretty much what's about to happen. It's already happened with some, but the .com bubble, we saw a bunch of 20, 30-year-olds on the cover of Time magazine, like, oh, look at the new rich guys. This is even bigger than that.
This is gonna be bigger
because
there's already an 18-year-old that came out and made $1 million in Bitcoin. I mean,
12-year-old guy. So it's not something that's unheard of, but it's really for the young generation. You're right.
Yeah,
old generation not gonna get it. And see,
they better or they gonna get rolled over.
And that's what I was gonna say. And at some point they're gonna have to give in. And the example I use is I knew that the internet and phones were mainstream when my grandmother got a cell phone. And once my grandmother got a cell phone and she got on Facebook, I was like, okay, this is mainstream. We are nowhere near that yet.
Good to hear, Derek.
But at some point, it's going to be, you have to use it at some point. So
shout out to Derek Alvarez. He said he doubled his money from the information he got. And Russ Vita, I appreciate that comment down there too.
Two kings.
So just so you all know, once again, we're live streaming from YouTube, we're live streaming from Facebook, and we're live streaming from iGo Live. The YouTube is at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO. Mm-hmm. On the Facebook, I just do it on my Facebook. We also put it on our Facebook page, which is at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO. Mm-hmm. Then I go live at kingbless.com. So we're on 3. Other thing, when it comes to, we're talking about all these people becoming millionaires and making all this money from crypto. Let's talk about the Winklevoss Twins. I tweeted about the Winklevoss Twins like months ago. Or I don't know. I lose track. But I tweeted about them a while ago. For those who don't know, the Winklevoss Twins were the guys in the Facebook movie who went to Harvard, who technically invented Facebook. And then they say, Mark Zuckerberg allegedly, allegedly jacked them for it. But no, the Winklevoss Twins, they're important because years ago, I think back in 2011, they said they invested like $1 million in crypto, Bitcoin specifically. They have one of the biggest exchanges right now in the U.S. They're in New York, so they're playing by the rules and all that good stuff. But you know what? I will say out of all exchanges, their exchange, Gemini Trust, is actually really good. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Bitcoin Vegan? Only thing about that is that they only do I think Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum or something. But it's Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO. But Gemini Trust Exchange, I like these guys because for one, they do come from money already, which means that their family name is important to them. You saw that even in the Facebook movie. They kind of made, they kind of pointed in that direction. But not only that, they saw it early back in 2011. They invested. They are playing by all the rules in New York because they are getting that traditional investment money. So they don't even care about all the altcoins. So they're specifically going for Bitcoin. But if you want to buy Bitcoin, the Gemini thing is the best way to go, honestly. But I think it does require a lot more personal information because they are not messing around.
Yeah, and they're trying to get an ETF.
Right, and they put up the ETF in March of last year.
And they're going for it again, so
yeah,
they're definitely playing by the rules.
But I wanted to mention them because I saw an article. It says that the Winklevoss Twins may have 1% of the crypto or the Bitcoin market right now. Now, this is important because that's what they're saying. They say they might have up to 1%. This is important because, hey, Sandra, thanks for sending me the like and coming on. But this is important because, with the Facebook movie, how Mark Zuckerberg did the Winklevoss Twins, whether true or not, I don't know. I wasn't there. But I did make a tweet months ago saying that the Winklevoss Twins will eventually be worth more than Mark Zuckerberg in the next 5 years, and I'm telling you, they are on the path. Yeah. And when it happens, just expect some curveballs.
It's gonna be the social network too. Like, right. We forgot.
Yeah, you thought this was over because you want what you got? You got $60 billion off Facebook. You thought we was out to count? No, son, we bought this Bitcoin for $120 billion. And
never see it coming. Yeah.
Yeah. So trust me, Winklevoss Twins, and it's also important. We mentioned these people. It is funny, but
it might. I don't know.
Who's that?
Is Zuckerberg have Bitcoin?
Oh, you never know. He got the AI talking back to him, so they might have bought some for him. Mm-hmm. But what's important about these twins, though, is that, and all these people in crypto as well, when we're talking about people who own a large sum of crypto, that means if the trend continues and Bitcoin and all this stuff is worth millions and billions of dollars one day, then that means these are the new people who are going to have, metaphorically control of a lot of things that we do socially and internationally. They are going to have a stake in the game.
Yeah. And from a numbers standpoint, if you have at least 10 Bitcoins, you're in the top, I think 2% or 1%.
Yeah, you're in the top. Yeah,
10 to 15 Bitcoins, you're in the top 15% or top 2%. Sorry.
So hold those coins.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I thought that was a good one. I mean. We'll see what happens. So what's going on with the free Bitcoin yesterday? Who won?
Yesterday, Doggo Dog. Thanks for your comment. Send that. You should have that free Bitcoin by now. Sent it yesterday. Let me know if something happened, but you should be fine. Today, make sure to get the free Bitcoin. Tell us what you think about the Equifax hack. Do you think centralized versus decentralized? Because some people feel safe with centralization. They say I don't want to actually put forth any effort.
That's secure it. They're being lazy.
I'll give it to this company for convenience. You're paying for convenience. So, but some people are decentralized. Like, hey, I'll take that risk if I can have control. So, I want to hear centralized versus decentralized. We'll see the best argument. We'll make sure we send that Bitcoin to you, and make sure you put a public address that works. So I can make sure I send that to you.
And along with the free Bitcoin, we still got. So we're starting to get a lot more messages, folks. And, right now we do have a couple other people that help us out, but we primarily try to look at everything ourselves before we send responses back in Bitcoin. So it might take us some time, and I know we still probably owe like one or two people a couple things and reply back on messages. We haven't forgot about you. We're just working our way through it. Yeah. Another thing for these videos, I know we say a lot. For some people who are beginners, it might be like information overload. Don't throw in the towel and give up. You can't, because I'm telling you, this is. As I said yesterday, this is what allows us to do these videos in the middle of the day, okay? Like, it's a lot of information, but it's a lot of information for a reason. And there's also a reason why governments and big organizations are investing in this stuff is because it's there. The thing I want you to realize, though, is that this window is a small window. It was a large window the last few years, and nobody's paying attention. This window is getting smaller and smaller. It is closing real fast. So, like you said, if you have 10 or 15 Bitcoin, you're in the top 1 to 2% of all Bitcoin holders. Folks, that's because it used to only cost $500. It was $30. It was $1. It was 30 cents. Now it's on its way to 5,000. When it's 10,000. 20,000, you won't be able to keep accumulating it, and you're going to fall in the back of the pack. But if you're watching this video right now, that's good. That means you have a chance to at least save. Like you said, buy fractional parts of the Bitcoin every day. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy 0.005 of Bitcoin.
Buy small coins.
Yeah, flip them. So, but it's important to know that because, if everything continues as it has been, and by next year we are at these high prices people predict, you would not be going in there buying a $10,000, $20,000 Bitcoin like it's chump change.
Yeah. And
yes, Russ.
Stellar. I don't really think about Stellar.
I'll say something.
It's okay. I mean, Stellar Lumens is.
Stellar's okay, but I invest in Stellar because it is basically like, to me, it's like the secondary Ripple. So for the trends I've seen is that every time Ripple goes up, Stellar goes up, and vice versa, goes down. But of course, Stellar costs a lot less than Ripple. So even right now, if you got $25, $50, you can put it in Stellar and just literally ignore it and go. Yeah, same thing with Swift. But hey, I'm in Swift too, though. Like, listen, people, I'm spread out because the reality is, look, everybody talking about it now. Look, everybody's commenting on our YouTube about this. So the reality is this. Even though we believe in a lot of this stuff, just business and statistically, like 95, 98% of these companies are going to fail. You know what I mean? Like, all these currencies, eventually some of these are going to start failing, and then we're going to get the next wave. They're going to be even better.
It's going to be the consolidation.
Yeah. But I don't know which ones it's going to be. I mean, no one knows.
Yeah, no one knows for sure.
So I like to spread it around, spread it love, and let's see what happens. Yeah. If you watch our best altcoins we buy, you saw we said with like anywhere from $1,000 investments to $100 investments, whatever will get you 10 or 20 times your money back. I'll just spread it out with small amounts of money and wait for that one big one to pop, and it'll make up for the rest.
Mm-hmm. And let's see.
VP of Yahoo has a video with Singularity University. Okay.
Yeah. And also too, Sterling, you were saying you're 41. Yeah, 41's not old at all. We're not talking about 40-year-olds. But the average Bitcoiner right now is between 25 and 40. So or 25 and 50 really. But we're talking about coming up in the future. You're gonna have a wave of teenagers who know nothing but cryptocurrency or don't want anything but cryptocurrency. So
I would say we already talked to teenagers who are like, this is what they do.
Yeah,
they're crypto heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, again with the videos, there's a lot we know, but go back through, try to watch it. We're trying to give away as best information as we can, so you all can figure out some ways to make some money from home and do all that good stuff. And then Derek also saw you asked about DGB and Verge, Digi and Verge.
Yeah,
what's that?
Somebody asked were we live? Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're live. Yeah. Digi and Verge, Bitcoin vegan. I saw that you're on Instagram. Your daughter is a Bitcoin baby. Let's see. This is gonna be the terms. Bitcoin babies. That is gonna be a term one day.
Yeah. Bitcoin biscuits.
Any quick thoughts on Digi and Verge?
Buy both for the hopes that it will pump very low. I mean, they're so low in price right now. How much lower than 1 cent can it go?
$50.
Yeah, I mean, how much? Yeah, I mean, people don't go out this weekend. Buy Verge and Digi instead, and then give it a month, and then think about, oh, I could have went out a month ago, or you could have a big pop. So as far as the tech behind it, kind of, just.
Yeah, we'll do that on the best altcoin video. I think we actually did Digi already too.
Yeah, we
did Digi. You got to look back. We did Digi.
I mean, most of the tech, like I said before, is kind of replication of what's come before it. So from that standpoint, once you understand the basics of the tech, proof of work, scripting and all that, you start seeing the same stuff over and over.
And then right now, also as far as your investments for people who are investing in stuff, moving forward the next few months, I haven't seen anything that huge. Mm-hmm. Which is why we kind of slow down some altcoin videos. I haven't seen anything that huge, so it's like whatever you're in right now, some things we covered, just hold right now. It's gonna be good. What they say? Oh man,
you got the Denzel syndrome.
When Neo survived. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know Denzel and Bones Jones' little brother.
Right, here we go. Yeah.
Should name Denzel.
Someone asked, will Neo survive?
Yes, I
think so.
In my opinion, any coin that gets beat down really bad when it jumps is a coin that's probably going to survive, because every coin that survived has done that so far. But the biggest thing with Neo, I think, is the regulation part of it. Nobody saw it going from 50 cent, 80 cent to $40.
No one saw it going up. So it shouldn't be at its price right now. Let's be fair.
It shouldn't have got to 45. Really.
So that's the speculative part. When they talk about crypto, and I will give this to the traditional financial advisors and regulators, they say, well, it's too speculative of a market where your life is. But to be fair, Neo should not have went when it went, which is why we even did our video on it when it was ant shares. It was like it caught us all the way off guard. We knew it was going to go up, but not at that level. Remember, folks, in May, Neo was 40 cent, and I think a month or two before that, it was like 20 cent. So in May, Neo was 40 cent, and then in August, beginning of August, where Neo's up to $45. That is not normal. Yeah. That's like I can't do the math right now, but it's like
pump.
It's like over 13 or 14,000% in 2.5 months, which is what that means. You times your money by 100 and 100. Let's say 130. So if you put $1,000 and then multiply that by 130, and that's your return. That is not normal in any market anywhere in this world. That's unheard of. So really, if you caught that, great. I'm sure a lot of people sold, but right now, as far as moving forward, they are supposed to be there for the Asian market. While China is the biggest player there, Asia is huge, people. And just because China is the biggest now, it doesn't mean it will always be the biggest. Yeah. So
5 years from now, I can see Neo definitely being around. Too much tech behind it. Gas is too interesting. Yeah. Smart contracts are way too small right now. There's like no smart contracts being deployed that are mainstream yet. So not even in the crypto world. So you got time. Ubik is another smart contract one. Yeah. So you got some time for those. I would say platforms are a good way to hedge your investment, because people have to build on those platforms. You never know what idea will be big. So, yeah.
So as always, make sure you do the comment that Bitcoin Zay said to get your free Bitcoin. We'll pick that. I believe we probably won't go live until Monday again. Or we're gonna do a weekend. Okay, yep. Monday. So we're gonna do Monday, and continue to comment, send us questions. We'll try to answer them as best we can. We are starting to get a lot more though, so we're gonna have to balance that out a bit. And happy Friday, people.
Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend.
Turn up.
Oh yeah, make it back to Monday.
Make it back to Monday.
Stay out the bookings.
And don't forget to subscribe and follow us at Kirby Crypto, KRBECRYPTO, at our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, and our Instagram that we've only used 3 times.
We don't take pictures, man.
Dudes don't be taking pictures of each other. All right, like
we'll get some pictures.
Yeah, we'll start doing some more. Yeah, we'll get some pictures. We'll go somewhere and do something. And then also look out for the seminars and stuff. We're going to start doing some more seminars, like we said, and a bunch of other stuff we got coming down the pipe. We're busy. We're going to make sure we keep this market going in the right direction.
Bet.
Thanks for watching and have a good one.
Awkward.
Right, you always got to turn. And of course, my I Go Live.